You had made a statement in one of your articles that just because you put on a uniform, it doesn't mean you lose all your rights as an American, right?
That's absolutely correct. And unfortunately, that's largely lost on a whole lot of the populace. When I was a soldier, and I did this for 20 years, the thing that we were always kind of taught is you go into the military, you set aside your rights, you learn how to shut your mouth, and you just do what you're told, and you serve at the pleasure of kind of the executive. And one day, as a lieutenant, I was at Arlington National Cemetery, and I don't know if any of you have been to where the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is, but as part of this, wonderful, wonderful structure that the tomb is part of, you look up and you see this quote from George Washington: "We did not lay aside the citizen to assume the soldier." And it struck me. I went home and I immediately looked it up. I started researching it. I started reading it because it was so against everything that I had been taught in the military. And that was really where I began to realize we are still citizens. There are limitations that we have that we accept, and regulation and law very clearly specifies what they are. But what we are taught is often very, very different. And that goes into what I'm actually researching in my dissertation work is there's a wide gulf between what people think we give up and what by regulation and law we actually give up. And I felt that especially clearly in the last 2 to 3 years of my career with the COVID mandate. And at the end of the day, we all retain some bodily autonomy. And I had friends who were, people who had known me for 20 plus years in the civilian realm saying, well, you joined the military, right? You gave up your rights, right? You're just supposed to do what you're told to do, right? And it was very jarring to hear it said that clearly and realize that this whole idea has escaped the military and has now gone into the public. And I see it in a lot of Twitter conversations. And so that's really prompted me to dig into this and try to help people understand when you join the military, you are still a citizen. We're not mercenaries. We still have a stakeholder stake in the republic. And it's important that we don't forget that as a nation.